welcome back to another crypto live stream. Let's quickly see if the live stream is working. If you guys can see this, quickly put yes in the chat box down below. But again, welcome back to another crypto live stream. Today, we're going to be watching the Meta VPAD launch live. Yes, guys, the IDO listing is going to be in about 15 minutes from now. And I also wanted to show you guys how real the really metaverse crypto that launched over on Bybit is actually performing right now, as this is the first time I'm literally checking it out right now, and the price is about $11, I'm noticing. To be honest with you guys, I am not even sure what the starting price was. I guess maybe about $1 or so. Right now, it being at 11 is a pretty good day as well, as we just basically 11 timed our money on that one. But I've also shared with you guys the address for our Meta VPAD over in our Telegram. It is called the Altcoin, what's the name again? Altcoin gem information or something like that. Just make sure you have the freaking Telegram links down below. They are. Join all those Telegrams. You are definitely going to be enjoying that as I share all the most important information whenever it becomes available to me in that little channel. Let me show you guys the channel. Here it is. There we go. This is basically, I just shared you guys the contract that I found over on CoinMarketCap, which is unique. But I guess maybe because Meta VPAD has such a huge amount of people trying to scam others that they decided to put up the contract up front, which is good and bad because partially there's going to be so many fake airdrops right now, fake things that are basically trying to mimic. And one of the reasons why they don't give the address out so early is because people are going to try mask over on things like Altcoin, where it looks as if you're getting the right address, but you're getting the wrong one. Meaning, just copy whatever you're seeing right here, or even better, go to CoinMarketCap and copy only this address, and then go to Altcoin or places like that and put it in so we can actually see the price. But right now we still have about 13 minutes or so to go before we're going to see the first price action. I'm not even sure anymore what the initial price was, to be completely open and honest with you guys. But I'm honestly hoping that it's going to be like a 100 to 1000x, to be honest with you. I mean, if it goes times 100, I'm not even going to be satisfied enough, if you guys get my drift. And Meta VPAD, the website most likely is down right now, by the way. If it's down, don't worry. It's not a exit scam or anything like that, guys. The website has such a huge amount of traffic right now. Understand that tens of thousands of people are trying to right now click it at the exact same time. Most likely some heavy DDoS attacks or DOS attacks at least going crazy right now. The websites always go down a little bit before launch. So I'm not too worried about that. We're just going to be watching this and it's going to be a really interesting one. I also have to quickly update a couple of things here in the chat box. Let's quickly just say yes, guys, if you're all watching this right now. Just put like a little yes or hello in the chat box. I'm going to share the address in here as well. Just give me a second, guys. Let me quickly copy a couple of things first, and then I'll put the address in the little chat box right there so we cannot make any more mistakes. Okay. My computer is also going nutty right now. I'm not exactly sure why that is the case. Let's see. Let me just copy the address from CoinMarketCap. You guys can all do the exact same thing. And by the way, if you take the Ethereum or the Binance Smart Chain one, it's the same thing. So don't worry about that. Okay, let's put it on. I'm going to show you guys everything. Don't worry about it. Let me just quickly share this. And let me also, by the way, guys, we are at 200 people watching. Make sure you press that like button. I'm trying my best to show you guys all this fun stuff. So make sure you just press that like button. Let's get to 100 likes, like right now. Like, why not? And also, right now, they just started over on Bybit, the biggest bonus campaign ever. And make sure you understand, guys, that I keep sharing these Bybit things. But there's already another one coming up really soon here as well. I'm not even sure what the name is right now, but it's coming up really, really shortly here. Let's see. The next one is ZLQZAA, multi-chain liquidity as a service provider. Not as bullish on this one as I was on Real, but Real went times 11, times 10 or so within the first couple of hours. And easy, it might do like times 5 or so. My own expectation, right? From going and through all these launches and whatnot. But just make sure you check out the link down below for Bybit. It is always worth it. And right now they have the biggest $4,100 worth of bonus campaign ever. So that's why I also would say check it out. All right, let's quickly see. We have PooCoin open. We have the Telegram open to see if there's any new announcements. We have our own Telegram open here with all the information. And the reason I did not share this this link for the different swaps is partially because I'm a little bit afraid that somebody's still going to make a mistake. But all you have to do is just go to the exchange of your liking and put in the address yourself. The address you can find on CoinMarketCap, and just how you usually buy a token, you can put it in. Make sure you do that as early as possible. Theoretically speaking, it's always the best. How are people buying already? People are not buying already. We can only buy upfront by going through the means which I explain in my videos. If you are seeing a coin right now that's already launched, it's a scam. So don't go for that. And what slippage do you recommend? I cannot recommend anything in that regard. Buying after when we all were buying, and it's so risky, I cannot recommend. Frank says, is it on Pancake? Not yet, Frank. But again, you're in the US. It's always difficult for you, my brother. I'm trying, but this stuff is, a couple of people got to sit it out. And unfortunately, if IDOs are not allowed in your country, there's nothing I can do. But I hope that for some people it was allowed. They got themselves a nice little bag, like I've seen in Telegram right now. And they're hopefully going to get some juicy gains over the next couple of hours. Now, there's also one thing that I saw some people ask, which was, are you still holding your tokens, like the PulsePad and VeloSpad tokens and whatnot? So the VeloSpad NFT launch, all those tokens which you basically can stake to get access to MetaVPAT, usually they dump right after launches like this, like when people are not required to stake anymore. Like the staking deadline was a couple of hours ago. And so the exact same process of a dump just before a major launch happens all the time. The question is just, what are people going to have to buy VeloSpad for in the near future? What's the next big launch? And right now, MetaVPAT was by far one of the craziest launches that's about to come up. And so right now, a lot of people are like, I don't want to hold this thing anymore. They're kind of selling it to basically get themselves potentially into a new thing like MetaVPAT. But usually it does pick itself back up. For most of these, it's kind of like the same process. Then again, it might also be that there was like an unlock today that I'm not too aware of, not too sure. But I think that's like the pattern, because logically, people have to buy this token because they want to stake it to get access to another token, which is, for example, MetaVPAT. Now that it's out of the way, some people are getting rid of these tokens because they got themselves the allocation. Again, this is just my own thought process. So from here on forward, it depends on what launches come up. And that's also why I told you guys I'm looking to play the little game of buying these staking tokens low and selling them high even, or just buying them low and staking a lot and keeping it on for the next year. Because as I've said before, if we got into this, let's say a couple months ago, I think let's say March or so, we would have turned $1,000 into $1 million. I think maybe like 4 or so million. But it's just because we're late that we're going to have to kind of adjust to the rules that are already set in stone. And by the way, if you're wondering what the price is going to do in just a second, there's an anti-bot. So what they have here, it says, is there's a whitelist for the first 90 seconds. And here is basically how it works. But I've never actually tried to buy very much from the start. It says here that there's a whitelist criteria for actually doing that. Again, I'm not really too concerned myself with exactly how that stuff works, because I'm always telling you guys exactly how to buy up front before it goes live, before it launches on exchanges. Frank says, what launching on if it's not Cake? Yes, it's launching on Cake and Wagyu Swap and Uniswap. And what we saw last time for PulsePad, by the way, I'm doing a little prediction, is that for PulsePad last time, it basically launched in the exact same manner. So Pancake Swap first, then Wagyu Swap, and then Uniswap. Same exact schedule. What we saw was that on Pancake Swap, the price went to, let's say, 50 cents. But I think maybe like 25 cents. And then on Uniswap, it went to 50 cents. So sometimes they can actually work better to actually try to either arbitrage or something along those lines. It might be an opportunity, but we'll see in the near future. What I do know is that every single launch I've ever joined, the price pumps just a couple minutes and like a couple minutes after and before every single exchange listing. So we're also going to be anticipating that to happen. That usually it goes up, pumps pretty significantly throughout 3 p.m. over the next couple of minutes. Then a little bit of a dump, a couple, like let's say 10 minutes before the next launch. Then like 2 minutes before the launch, it starts pumping, a couple minutes afterwards again. And then the same thing for the last one. That's usually how the price moves, but we will have to see, because obviously for Uniswap, we're going to have to watch it on a different place. We cannot watch it on the same PooCoin, as of course it is on the Ethereum chain, not on the Binance Smart Chain, as it's a multi-chain coin. We're going to watch it. It's going to be interesting. 5% slippage will definitely never work. I usually use 12% slippage for these things, but even then, 12 is still rather low for something that's launching, like, you know, a lot happening. NFTL got wrecked over 50% drop with no one on staking. I think that's like on the how do you say it? Like on the front end, that it looks like nobody's on staking. But I think because there's like a delay timer, and I'm also not exactly sure how that stuff works, to be honest with you, Synth. Because I'm thinking with you on the same page, where it's like, I am staking right now on almost any one of those platforms, right? And I'm thinking, it takes like 7 days for my stake to undo itself. So how can these guys actually sell them right now? Or if they're selling their coins, why did they hold on to them but not stake them then? Like, what's the purpose? Or are these guys having like the same plan that I had, where it's like you buy the big dip like right now, for example, and then sell just a little bit before a launch? So you don't even stake them, but you sell like, let's say yesterday, because you know in anticipation people are going to want to buy it up to that event. I'm not too sure. It's just my thought process. At the end of the day, guys, not a financial advisor. None of this stuff is financial advice. I'm just trying stuff out. I'm sharing my entire journey with you here. If you want to try this stuff out, be my guest. If you just want to watch or don't enjoy it, please don't, all right? I don't have the answers for you. I just literally found out by one of my friends. He was doing this for a little while, and I got into it late. I'm just honest with you. It's just the way it's going. What is the Meta VPAD contract? I posted it in the chat a little bit upwards, so you can check back to it if you want to. Or go to CoinMarketCap. You will also find it that way. But it's launching within 5 minutes now, so we're going to see. Maybe it's going to be a flop. Maybe it's going to be a big success. I'm not even sure what the starting price was anymore. Do you guys remember what the starting price was for Meta VPAD? Meta VPAD launch. I'm not even sure. Meta VPAD. Let's see, guys. How can we find this? Meta VPAD launch. There we go. Okay, so it says 3 p.m., 3:34. Where's the price? Where's the price? Where's the price? $170,000 market cap. I'm trying to find the price. I cannot find the price. How do I get that? Because I'm seeing the medium here with the information, not the information that I want, though. Okay, you guys are saying 0.001. Some are saying half of that, though. Why are some of you guys saying half of that? So we're going to assume 0.001, I guess. Okay, 0.001. Let us see then over the next couple of minutes. So I think what we're watching right now is this little bot prevention. Then again, at the end of the day, I have no idea. All right, because I've never tried to buy right now. I'm not exactly sure how they are allowed to do so. Because when we researched it earlier, it said basically that right now within the contract, it is set in stone that only a certain amount of addresses can buy right now, which I'm assuming is, as they've explained here, like IDO bot prevention. So I'm not too sure. Again, guys, I don't recommend at all to put up trades right now to keep them open to try and get into this coin as soon as it launches, because that way you might lose a lot of money. The best way, I guess, is to try and wait for the dip. I'm thinking, but even then, it's all difficult, guys. It's all difficult. And this is PooCoin, yes. We just put in the address that is on CoinMarketCap. If it's wrong, then I'm not exactly sure what happened here. Then CoinMarketCap messed this up, but that can't be, right? Because it's not easy to get on there. So I'm assuming this is the right one. It launched a little bit up front, though, which is annoying. And again, guys, this is where you got to be careful. If you type in this address, a lot of people named their token with this address. You got to look at the actual contract, which is why I just put it up here at the top on /tokens, basically. So again, that's the way I went about it. It's pretty hard to find the right one, because again, if you try to look it up like this, sometimes you'll find coins that have actually launched a couple of hours ago already. At least that's what I've noticed. Like here, for example, this coin has been out for so long because if you type in the contract, sometimes you look up the name. This is a scam coin. This is not the real thing, right? The real one you got to find by going to, you cannot see it, but at the top here, I'm going with my mouse. Like it should say poocoin.app/tokens and then the token address. You got to make sure that that's the right address, not type it in the name. Really be careful with that. All right, so we are watching right now, and we've gone to about 45 cents. Within the first couple of minutes. It's not even loading in for me anymore because it's crashing a little bit. Okay. How much is that, guys? How much are we at? How much are we at, guys? Like, what X? Is this 50X or 500X right now? Okay. So we're at 530X, I think. Okay. And there we go. I think we've got 1,000X maybe. Let's hope. Yeah, guys, we're at 900X, I believe. So we turned, okay, it wasn't $1,000, but let's say we turned, I think it's 1,000X. Yeah, guys, I think we officially did it. I think this is the first 1,000X crypto we've ever had. Woo! Okay, so of course it's not going to stay here, but this is the biggest launch we've ever had. Theoretically speaking, we turned $1,000 into $1 million. That's pretty cool. It's at 1,200X. No, this can't be it, right? Guys, recalculate again. Guys, this cannot be. Are we right now at $1.20? No, this is 120X. No, guys? It can't be. No, you guys are wrong. This can't be 1,200X. That's too much. I think it's like 120X, no? No, guys, that can't be. Please, somebody know the freaking price. No. I don't believe that, though, guys. I don't believe that. Dexter says he's 100% sure that it's 1,200X. So he just made $1 million today. Nice. Very good. Very nice, guys. See, and this is what I told you guys before. Even though it might cost $1 million to put in $1,000, I mean, all right. Oh, that's pretty juicy stuff. Look at that. And I'm not even. I should actually go outside and maybe jump off my balcony or something, do something crazy. This is insane stuff. Wait a minute. So guys, let's verify. The starting price was 0.001. Okay, so times 10 makes 1 cent, times 100 makes 10 cents, times 1,000 makes $1. We are literally. This is the craziest coin I've ever seen, and I'm not even screaming. Why? I guess we've gotten used to it, huh? So where's it gonna end up? I don't really know. I don't know what to tell you. It went to $1.30, aka 1,300X, the craziest launch we've ever had. Guys, make sure you press that like button if you're watching right now. If you're watching this, and I showed you guys every single step on how to buy this. Was it easy? No. Was it possible for every single person? Yes. Make sure you press that freaking like button. Let's get to like 200 likes right now. Come on, you can't say anything negative about this stuff. What times 1,000? Come on. This is not normal. What in the world just happened? Times 1,000. I expected it to go times 500, to be honest with you. But not, oh yeah, you say not possible for U.S. residents. Oh yeah, I guess so. But that's, again, not my side, though. I showed you guys everything in terms of how I did it, how it's possible. If you are not allowed to in your country, I cannot tell you. You know, it's your thing. I'm not sure what to tell you. Yeah, yeah. Some countries have IDOs not allowed in there. That's very unfortunate, guys. It is annoying. Oh, my light's going off. What's this? Are they cutting me off? What? Oh, okay. No, never mind. It's like the freaking sensor. Hotel rooms, huh? Oh, but damn, hot diggly damn. Right now we are at 160X. Oh, no, 1,060X. Are you selling it? No. Because there's a couple of rules in place there. If you actually get into it and you sell a crazy amount at the start, I believe you're less likely to be able to buy into those whitelisted things from the future. Then again, if we're being completely honest as a normal individual, I think it might be a smart idea because it's so ridiculously high. This price that we're seeing right now is 1,000X our starting price. I'm going to be honest with you. That is so crazy that I think Harry says people don't realize you need money to get into these launches. I do explain it very elaborately. If you literally look it up for like a minute, you'll notice exactly the requirements, all the different steps. And I told you guys before, it's literally because we are late that there's higher requirements. Because this $1 million right now, you would have made with $1,000. Right now, you would have turned $1,000 into $1 million if you were here earlier. We are later, so you need more money to get started. Period. It's the way it goes. Except it's same thing for Bitcoin. Oh yeah, if you only could buy 1,000 Bitcoin, yeah. If you bought it earlier, you would have easily had 1,000 Bitcoin. Right now, it's a freaking chore to get 1,000. It's not easy now. Change to 1 minute on the graph. This is a 1 minute graph, my friend. It was possible for Americans? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Alexis says, okay, so in 20 minutes we could sell it? You can sell it right now. Why would you not be able to sell it? You might need to up your slippage a little bit, by the way. But you're able to sell it. You're allowed to sell it. I mean, it's your money. You can do whatever you please. Let's see. Bossman D says, how do you sell? As when I check swap on BNB, it's 9,000. I have no idea what you guys mean. Darren says, how much do you have to stake to get $1,000 from Meta VPAT? Quite a lot of money. I'm not sure. I think it might be over $1 million. But again, that's because it made $1 million. It's like, you know. But I'm not sure. I just don't know the exact numbers. I also, to be honest with you, don't know exactly how much I got to buy because there's so many different platforms that I'm staking on. And also, guys, you're seeing the dump right here. Happens every single time. This is the launch. People get ecstatic, get excited. Sometimes it dumps to kind of hover around this price, for example. Sometimes it pumps even crazier. It's hard to say. But that's also why I am telling you, if you want to sell it, you do your thing. So it's like I literally cannot guide, but I'm already happy that we hit that price point. It's just a cool achievement to get. We're going to see how it's going to flow over the next couple of hours. Because some coins, like for example, the Pulse Pad, actually did way better over a medium term. And some other coins, they fall off. It's a little bit of a risk, so to speak. Let's see. It says error gas fee on PancakeSwap. Then you need a higher slippage. Okay, Frank, also don't try to buy this at the start, bro. If you're from the US, you're out of luck with this type of stuff. Being completely open and honest with you. Don't try to buy it at the start or you're going to maybe shoot yourself in the leg. Can it work? Yes. Literally, let's look at a couple of these charts. Like I'm going to show you guys a couple other ones because I'm just trying to get you guys on the same path here. Let's see. Because I've witnessed this a couple of times by now. I'm used to it, you know. It's like the normal. But still, we gotta quickly give them some props for. They said it's gonna be the most hyped up launch ever. I mean, it was though. I mean, we're not gonna lie here. This is the craziest and juiciest gains we've ever seen in my life. So I mean, I cannot complain to be honest with you. But let's quickly grab over here the Pulse Pad one to show you guys exactly what I mean. So for example, by the way, it's glitching out. So the Pulse Pad one. Let's quickly open it up. Pulse Pad, for example, when we bought this at the start of the start, it also went down pretty significantly, I think. But then over medium term, it did really well. And then longer term, I think it came back down. But let's see this. So let's see the daily chart, for example. I think it's been out for a month. Let's do, I guess, 4 hour. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. This is like one of the other coins that we bought into, guys, live as well. I showed you guys the live stream when we got into this one. I think it launched the 10th of November. Yeah, so here we go. This coin basically had the same type of journey where it fell off rather significantly within this first hour, but then over the next couple of hours as well, it fell off quite often. But then over a medium term, this is like the first hour, and this is like the last pad coin that came out before this one. So that's why I'm honestly thinking maybe over the next couple of hours or 2 days, it's still going to keep rising on further and further and further. It's a crazy one because, well, since we went to about 1200x, you don't really know where it's going to come back down to and how it's going to come back up. This is just some people taking profit most likely because, I mean, if you just turned, let's say, $100 into $40,000, you can cash out $4,000. So a lot of people would like to do that, I think. So that's also, again, why this is happening. Still didn't work? Well, you said you put the slippage to 50 and it still didn't work? Then I'm not exactly sure what it is. Guys, honest with you, if you should maybe check that you have the right address here to make sure that you're not messing up. Here's the oh, that's the wrong one. Just go to CoinMarketCap. Let me see, guys. Let me open up PancakeSwap as well. I'm gonna check it out for you guys to see if all is good. Let me look up the address again. Let's go. Let me quickly find it. Why is it so laggy for me, man, computer? Okay, let us grab this address. I'm going on PancakeSwap to try and basically transact for you guys here to see if all is good. Let's see. Okay, put in the token. Now I wait a little bit for it to show up because obviously, like always, it doesn't show up from the get-go. You have to wait a little bit. So what I'm doing right now, if you're wondering, is I'm trying to load in the crypto. Right now, by the way, for all of you thinking, oh, this was a big pump and dump. No, it is at 400 times our money, so it's not too big of a problem. And again, we don't know how the medium term is going to be performing. Sometimes like buying a dip like this is really amazing. Sometimes it just keeps going down lower. I'm just a messenger here, guys. I'm not trying to promote this thing to you for you to buy. All I'm doing is showing you guys our process and the journey. So please don't think I'm trying to sell or shill this to you, saying that you should go ahead and buy right now. No, I'll definitely say the opposite. Don't try to buy this type of stuff. It's a very high risk. It's just for fun that we are showing all this stuff. And like always, with PancakeSwap, or the perfect exchange in the world, it takes a good little while to get those freaking tokens loaded in. Like always. What a surprise, huh? Yeah, with PancakeSwap, it's always so freaking slow. At least I've noticed it's pretty slow, usually. Okay, let's see. Let's put in the address. Come on, why I got... What I'm just trying to do, by the way, now, if you're wondering, is I'm trying to put in the address. I think 12% slippage, by the way, is usually the get-go. That's what I always go for, and for almost every single coin, it usually works. So if it doesn't work, then we're going to have a little bit of a problem. But usually I go for 12, and it always works. Somebody says he can't find the CMC address. How can you... My guy, what do you mean you can't find the address with CMC? I can't find it with the CMC address. If you cannot find it, it is PancakeSwap's side. Because PancakeSwap sometimes has issues. It says no results found. You have to wait. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm literally waiting for PancakeSwap to show it to me. And that's most likely because right now PancakeSwap is filled with people trying to look this up, which is sometimes why it doesn't work. PancakeSwap always has this issue when coins launch. It's always the exact same thing. We've gotten kind of used to it. And I also get used to the exact same question, at least over a billion times by now. People always ask the same things. It's not as if I can change it for you or help you out. It's literally just PancakeSwap being a little slowpoke with that stuff. One of the things you can do is, by the way, go over to like the MetaVPad Telegram and just like copy this PancakeSwap link, because it usually gives you like an instant little pop-up. Let me try that on the side here. See if that's going to work. Let's see, is the correct address, enter. And so if I just press that link and wait a little bit, it should pop up and say add token to PancakeSwap. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time. Yeah, now it worked for me. It says import token, and then it says, let's see here. Yeah, it says so. So that's good. Let's see. I understand. Import. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let us try to sell $100 worth of Met. And I don't want to sell right now in terms of price. See, guys, this is the big dip. This is what we usually get at the start. I'm getting a little call from somebody I cannot pick up. People are calling me asking questions. All right. See, this is also what I said just now. I'm a freaking fortune teller in that sense, huh? Always the exact same manner. By the way, again, I'm not giving you any expectation of the future here, by the way. My fortune teller thing was a joke. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Let's make that clear here that I don't really officially know. Okay, I'm going to try and sell 100 MetaVPad to see if it works. Let me try to enable the pair. Enabling the pair also sometimes is a little bit of a chore, by the way. Sometimes it also doesn't work from the get-go. Let me see. Give permission. Okay. I'm trying to sell 100 just to make sure that all works, because otherwise, if there's ever a problem. And by the way, guys, make sure you press that like button. And if you want more of these launches, make sure you subscribe to the freaking channel. This coin literally went from $1 to 540, I guess. So, What is the address I type on PooCoin? You don't type the address on PooCoin. You go to poolcoin.app/tokens and then copy the address in your bar up top. If you type in the contract here, it might show you the wrong one, because I can literally go to, I'll show you guys what I mean. This is how you get scammed, by the way. If you go and copy this address, right, and you go to PooCoin and you press enter on the address, you'll see here that there's quite a lot of different tokens. All of these are trying to scam you, because they're not real. They made a token name, metavpad.com, and with this, that's in the name. AKA the address, the official one, is in their name. So if you type enter right now, it will just select the top one, which is not the right token. A lot of people got scammed that way. So just click any freaking link, and at the top here where you cannot see, there's a little section which says, the hyperlink, poolcoin.app/tokens, and then just slash, put in the address right there, press enter. That's how you go towards it. We have 2 more launches, guys, in 15 minutes and 45 minutes. So make sure you subscribe for more of these crypto launches in the near future. Okay, I can swap right now. Let me see. I'm going to sell $100. Oh, no, 100 tokens. Let's see if this works. Let's see, guys. I think because it went through, it says swap. I'm swapping right now. If it's confirmed, I'll give you the thumbs up. I did it with 12% slippage. Let's see. Let's wait it out. It did pull through. Let's just wait for it. It says failed. Let's try again. I'll try 50 tokens just to make it easier on myself, or if they both pull through. 50 tokens, confirm swap. Ooh. Oh, you guys are right with the gas thing, by the way. I have it now too. Okay, I tried again and it worked. So I think it might be just because it's this volatile. Okay, let's see. Transaction submitted. Let's see if it works this time. Swap exact tokens. It's happening. Let's wait. Waiting for it to work. If it fails again, by the way, I'm trying it with like 15% slippage to see if it works then. You're still waiting. It also takes a pretty long time, by the way, for Binance Smart Chain standard. Just waiting it out. Still waiting, still not confirmed. The first one got denied, failed again. Okay, I'm going to try higher slippage. It says transaction received. 0. Okay, let's try again. Let's try with a high slippage. I'm going to try a 15% slippage. I'm trying 50-minute VPAD just to try it out. Why is my computer also so laggy, by the way? And the honest reason, I think it might be because it's not... There could be so many reasons, actually, why this is not working properly. Okay, transaction submitted again. Let's try it again. 3rd time's a charm. I usually never try to sell this early because that's just my style of doing things. I don't want to dump on anybody. I wait till a little bit later to out the road, but that's just me. Let's see here. Let's try it again. Oh yeah, this one pulled through now. Okay, we got it now, guys. So again, a very little amount of tokens, but I officially got to sell 50 tokens, went through. 15% slippage I tried just to make it easy on myself. However, usually it should work with 12%. But it does work. It has officially worked right now. It's confirmed 100,000% sure. So it's not you can sell. It's not a crazy contract like that. It just took a couple of tries for me even. And I've never had that before. So I'm not exactly sure why that is the case. I think it might be due to volatility. But 12% should normally work. Right now, 15% worked easily. Yeah, Moray says, guys, PancakeSwap is a real dog during launches. Always the same. I've been using RocketSwap now for over a week, and it's awesome. Could be, but RocketSwap, it doesn't launch on, at least. I don't know what it is, so I can't confirm that that's right. I just know that PancakeSwap isn't the best of the best. How do you buy this? Same thing how you buy any Binance Smart Chain token. Exact same manner. But buying right now is very risky. We buy it before the coin launches. Buying it right now is a little bit on the riskier side. How do you bridge them? I'm not exactly sure what the cheapest way or easiest way to bridge them is right now yet, depending on the chain as well. I mean, you can obviously bridge it through any normal bridge that you choose. However, are you talking about a Velas chain bridge, for example, or like a normal Ethereum to BNB or Binance Smart Chain bridge? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Or do you have to bridge? No, you don't have to bridge them. If you buy them on the Binance Smart Chain, you can keep them there if you want to. You can sell them again. To stake them, I don't know exactly what staking they'll use. What chain? It might be Velas, but we'll have to see about that in the near future. It might be Binance Smart Chain. Any idea how many we need to stake for allocation? Ooh, that depends on what the number is going to be. I'm thinking maybe 20,000 coins is like a start, but we're going to have to see. I think it might also depend on the price and where it goes to in the near future. Because right now, I'm going to be honest with you, it's less of a value than I expected. So I'm thinking maybe over the next couple of hours, it's still going to kind of continue upwards. Because even though right now, we still turned $1,000 into 450,000, I think, right? I think so. I don't think I got $1,000, by the way. I don't think I even got remotely close to it. Because this launch, I think I got it way less because it was way more people staking. I'm just putting $1,000 as a point of reference because, of course, it is possible, but it's pretty hard. We might actually want to use $100 because I think quite a lot of people actually got $100, which still, by the way, is not easy. Let's see. Arrow says, I staked 50,000 Tron and wrecked $9.20. Not sure exactly what that means. Such a piss. Fuck, I don't know what that means. The start the price at 0.40 at 3 p.m. Yeah, still don't understand exactly how that works. Where did the 3 candles before 15 UTC come from? Don't ask me. First of all, I don't really know. And second of all, I believe that everything you see before has to do with the whitelist and the bot prevention, which they explained, but I'm not too familiar with that as I don't participate. It could even be that I'm actually allowed to buy because I do stake a lot of coins. And I do actually... I actually have these tiers. I've just never gone through with it, to be honest with you. I might be dumb here. I might actually have wasted a couple tens of thousands of dollars here because I actually am staking some of the highest tiers, yet I never actually participated in buying it early. But now I'm seeing here, if you're staking BSC Pad Platinum Plus and G-Zone Veteran Plus, which I think I have both of these, I should actually be able to buy early. I'll see about it for next time. I'll talk about it next time when I know more. I need to also do some more research. But again, I'm just trying some stuff out, and it's worked thus far. There's another one coming up pretty shortly here, guys, which I'll give some more updates on as well. I think it's called IoTex Pad. I'm not sure it's going to be another like 1000x, but I mean, if it goes times 300 again, I'll still be very happy. And that's also the reason why I'm thinking right now of buying these tokens, the Launchpad tokens when they come down a little bit again. Because if there's more of these coins launching by BlueZilla, which are a very high chance of doing really well, it's like the risk to reward is so juicy in my own opinion. All right, next launch is going to be in 6 to 7 minutes, by the way, on Wagyu Swap. Price might pump, sometimes it doesn't. We'll have to see. So most likely it's going to kind of continue gradually upwards for the next couple of minutes, but we'll have to wait this out. And by the way, guys, if you're not subscribed yet and you want to see more of these launches, make sure you subscribe right now to the channel because I show a lot of news, but I also show a lot of these token launches because they're really freaking awesome. And also make sure you press the like button. We've been streaming for almost 40 minutes and there's been like 400 people the whole time. Let's get to at least 200 likes, guys. Just make sure you press that little button. The only way to make money from this is to have a ton load of money to start with. Wish I knew about this a good few months ago. Lauren, I have the same situation as you. I wish I had known about this a little bit earlier. But yeah, I'm just trying to show it for other people that can participate. I hope some people make some juicy money with that. And I just like to kind of look at this. You know, it's also about the idea. Even theoretically speaking, if I'm only able to buy in a couple dollars worth, it's about like the journey, about the fact that some coins do this crazy in the space. And it's also a new layer that I'm trying to basically get into. Like a couple of days ago, guys, I met up with quite a lot of these launchpad platforms to basically talk to them about how exactly they operate. And it's so interesting to me how there's so many launchpads that I've never heard of. There's, for example, Polka Starter, that's pretty big. There's LA Token, which is pretty big. I've never used them before, but right now I'm going to try and get into them as much as possible because some of these, there might be some really, really small requirements. And if there's some juicy tokens on their launching, I think it's to be honest with you guys, I think it's worth it to just put some money on the side here that's purely allocated to different launchpads. To just kind of get those drops perpetually, so to speak, every single time and again. I think it's honestly one of the easiest ways to become I'm not even sure if I should say billionaire, but really, really wealthy. It's like one of the most certain ways to do it, I find. It's such an easy method as well. The only problem is there's money involved that you need to have to be able to do this. And don't ask me for the amount of money you need or any of that stuff. Just look it up, first of all. And second of all, it changes with every single thing. It's always different. There's always a different number. Cut out for a little second. Like, let's say, for example, that you got into this 3 months ago, then you might need a couple $100s, right, at that point. If you do it right now, you might need 10 times more. But that depends on what platform, depends on what tier, depends on so many factors. Depends on what platform, depends on what exact coin we're going for. Depends on so many things. And how much you're going to get depends on how many people participate, depends on how much is available, depends on so many factors. So it's hard to say. Raul says, I just happen to have a free super chat. Here, take it. How does that work? How's that? Is it stuck? Not sure what's happening right there. And a lot of this stuff, guys, you should just look up for yourself. Can you as residents stake on MetaVPAD? Of course. You can always stake. The only thing is you might not be able to participate in an IDO. That's the thing. Staking is allowed anywhere in the world. You can, why would that not be allowed? You can always stake. There's no requirements for that. Why do we only get 10% allocated? So there's like any launch ever, this is always the exact same thing, guys. There's a vesting period. Otherwise, the price would never go high, so to speak, because there would be some people who dump every single coin they have. So over the next couple of months, you get more and more of the tokens, and that's to keep a healthy ecosystem, so to speak. That's also what I said at the start as to why some token prices might be falling right now. Very often around some of these vesting dates, the price does drop a little bit. Not for all projects, but for some of them, it does. And once more, with any question that you have, there's two things that you can say. One is join some of my telegrams, link are down below, and ask people. Or two, use Google, because every single answer I can give you, I've gotten from reading it up online, right? So if you cannot find it, maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's not for you to know. If you don't know how to find it, or literally there's some problem right there with you being able to get the information, it's not for you. Skip it, go for something else, because this is not something for newbies. I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm trying to be completely honest with you. If you don't know the answer to the majority of questions you have, and you cannot look it up, you cannot find it on the interwebs, it might just not be something for you because you might get scammed, you might lose money, or it might not be for your own risk profile or knowledge base. Just trying to be completely open and real with you that this stuff is very simple, extremely simple, but it does require a little bit of base knowledge with cryptocurrency. Like, for example, let me actually take this freaking setup a little bit differently. How to buy on a DEX, or what is slippage? I get that question so often. So I can honestly tell, if you don't know what slippage is, or you don't know how to buy on PancakeSwap, then you know, there's a couple of basis steps missing a little bit, you know. But okay, I'm just trying to make sure that people don't, you know, lose out on their money or get scammed or something along those lines. So right now, it's 2 minutes before the next launch. Again, guys, it can be that we're going to only see a slight pump before back down even. I'm not giving you any guarantees, guys. I'm not sure where we're going to head. It could even be that when I stop the stream, by the way, here, that we're going to just go over these prices even. So much is possible. Do you use expert mode on PancakeSwap when sniping? I don't snipe. I don't think it's worth the own risk. It's not easy. I don't know all the steps, so I don't try to go for it. If you want to go for it, hey, be my guest. But I think the sniping is mostly for people that are actually already staking a lot. Because as I've read it right now, I think this is like where the real money is being made, to buy early. But there's whitelist requirements, it is, I guess. What is the link for the PoolCoin chart? All charts are scam coins. Let me link you guys mine. This is the one I'm watching. I put it in the chat box, the link to what I'm watching right now. Let's see. So it's right now the launch on Wagyu Swap. Let us see how the price performs. So not actually a big pump like we usually see, huh? Really peculiar. Maybe people are more knowledgeable about this one. Interesting. We got like a small little pump up front for 2 minutes. Right now falling back down. The next launch is going to be over on Uniswap in about 30 minutes from now. Enrique says, I got in at 0.4. My friend, don't think that this is certainly going to keep going up, huh? You right now, you buying at 40 cents, bought a coin that is already up 400 times, 40,000% over the last couple of minutes. Understand what risk you're taking, please, okay? So right now, you're up about 10%. Might want to take your profit already. Just going to be open and honest with you. Might want to. Why can't US get in? Ask your freaking government, my friend. You know, don't have to ask me. You are not allowed to buy coins that are not on the market yet because there's, I think, risk involved. Same thing why you cannot use leverage on most exchanges in the US. It's just the US has rules against that stuff. You cannot get into ICOs or most things. So, yeah, it's the US. It's not that they're like, oh, we don't want the US. It's just the US does not allow for it. It's your side. What was that sound? Open Origins hasn't stopped falling since IDO. This might do the same. Open Origins, I think was a little bit of a, not necessarily a bust, but not as juicy as I would have expected. From the get-go, I was like, too bad. But it's a different thing, though. Because remember, the reason that people are so excited about coins like this is because you actually keep them and you keep making more money off of it. So this Meta VPad is a platform that's going to be a launch pad. Meaning, if you have these tokens and you buy them as early as possible, theoretically speaking, right? You're able to hold on to those tokens and keep making money off of every single token that launches on these platforms. Like, for example, Meta VPad right now, if we were holding on to our previous coin, like the Velas pad, we got into Meta VPad for kind of very cheap. Because let's say we put $100 into Velas pad, that turned into, let's say, $20,000. So we got ourselves one of the lower tiers for $100. Turned to 20,000. We keep that, and now we got to buy, let's say, $10 worth of Meta VPad. Well, that turned into, times 4. Let's say also $4,000 again. So we have now $4,000 worth of Meta VPad. We might be able to stake that again for the next, and so forth and so on. That's at least my mindset in this all. Can I keep dumping? Of course it can. But it's still pretty damn freaking cool that this happened like this. Where do you get the address? CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap. Daniel says a bit of a washout. I'm hoping solo airdrop is a better win. There's literally no better win in the world than this, my friend. This is literally the highest gain that I've ever seen in my life. So you're talking about a better win? Not exactly sure what you're referring to. And again, we're basically gonna. The two most interesting things are to see how it's gonna be in about half an hour, to see how the price is gonna react. Because once more, the price in half an hour is gonna be partially on Uniswap as well, so on the Ethereum chain. Last time, the price on Uniswap was about double the price that it went to over on the other pads or other chain. But we'll have to see about that as well. It's hard to say, guys. It's also a new thing. It listed on CoinGecko. I think it was on CoinGecko a little while already. Solo airdrop is $5 or so. 0.2 solo each. So each XRP. Dusty, if you have 100k XRP, you get $100,000 worth of solo. Panda says it's not actually profit, huh? Because it's already done before you can sell. No, obviously you can sell at this point if you want to, by the way. At this point you can sell, but it's only 10%. Then again, would you have made your money back? Well, I mean, it's, yeah, so not exactly sure. But I also, again, I'm not planning on selling these coins anyway because I keep them to stake them. I'm just going to stake every single token that I've made here onto the Meta VPAD staking platform once it launches. There's like a 1500% APY at the start, then it turns to 400, then like 200. But that basically means that if you have, let's say, $100,000, you're gonna make another $10,000 just off of staking for a little bit. Where I'm like, yeah, it's the same strategy every single time. It keeps working, and I'll also be able to buy into multiple different projects that launch on this pad. So I'm gonna stick with it for a couple of months and see how it goes. But it's usually, I don't know. I think it's very much worth it, but it's just my opinion. And like Cap Player says, he bought it $1. Please, guys, as I've said 1,000 times by now, if you're buying these things at the start, you're taking a very big risk. This exact price chart happens the exact same way almost every single time. So if you're buying it at the start, you're taking a very high risk, and you need to be prepared to sell it really quickly to make a good, juicy amount of gains, or be able to wait a longer time, because sometimes it does go even higher. Then again, if you buy it at $1, that basically means you bought the coin once it's gone 1,000 times the original price. You can understand how that's a very risky thing, right? Or am I crazy here? What win? It's full of bots getting in at lower prices. Look at the addresses, even with the high slippage and expert mode. Trick can't seem to get in early. Well, the start, it's a whitelisted thing. It's not actually a bot thing because they do have bot prevention. And from a certain point, everybody can get in, but the price is already indeed quite a lot higher. But again, I'm not a perfect expert on that type of stuff. I don't know. I don't buy it at that point. And if your transaction keeps failing, just kind of keep trying a little bit. I don't know. PancakeSwap is showing the wrong price. 1 BNB for 1,466 MVP. I don't think PancakeSwap is showing the wrong price, my friend. Because that's literally the exchange. That's like the thing that sets the price. How would the tiers be? It depends, because I think the website might still be down, by the way. Somebody says, can I unstake your tokens and then still claim? I think so. I've never done that before. I don't unstake. I just keep it in there because it makes more money than taking it out. I would think so. I think yeah, I would say so. It sounds very logical because you had a certain amount of money from the get-go. You basically snapshotted it. And so, yeah, you could just keep claiming it even though you have nothing staked anymore, of course. But then again, right now we're still at 400x. I do wonder how it's going to go once Uniswap launches. That's the only thing I want to kind of quickly watch here. It's going to take like 25 more minutes though. So I'm thinking maybe we will end it off here. We'll end it off at 400 times the price. So once more, started out at 0.001, right now at 40 cents, meaning times 400. Still pretty juicy, can't really complain about that. And I might make another small video later to kind of cover the rest or something like that. But guys, if you did enjoy and you want more of these tokens and more of these updates, make sure you just press the freaking subscribe button to all of this. I try my best to share this with you all. Yeah, I don't know what else I can tell you. So if you want more of these things, make sure you press that subscribe button. Press the like button if you enjoyed it. And I see a couple of comments of people saying, I got scammed. Please be careful with this type of stuff, guys. Please, please, please be careful. Please, Uniswap. Yeah, we're going to have to watch for Uniswap, but I'm not going to sit around here and just keep waiting because it's like 25 more minutes. Price already did pretty amazing. We can't really complain about 400x, but it's more fun when it just keeps breaking records and records and records. Logically, I think Meta VPAD is like one of the most hyped up ones for the near future anyway, because think about it. It's a metaverse-related launch pad, meaning they're going to launch so many new tokens in the near future as well. So in my own logical sense, the price should do pretty well over a medium term as well. It's just what my own gut kind of tells me, which is why I'm not selling it right now at the 40 cent mark as well, even though it's still a 400 times gains. Then again, I'm also kind of thinking, what if the Uniswap launches where things go crazy? Well, let's just look back in a couple of hours, give you guys an update once I see, I guess, because I'm not exactly sure what to tell you guys now either. We're just gonna have to watch and see this unfold over the next couple of hours. But usually, like last time as well, when I turned my stream off, the price just started to pump. So I'm feeling that FOMO a little bit. And by the way, Real is also still doing pretty good right now at $12 or so. So we turned our 1 into 12, still pretty amazing. Not, groundbreaking stuff like we're spoiled right now. We're looking at this thinking, oh, okay, it's pretty okay. It's literally turning, let's say we got $10 to buy and still into 4,000, or $100 into 40,000, $1,000 into 400,000. And here it's literally just $500 times 12. So it's not too amazing. It's cool though. I mean, you can't complain. But it's not too amazing. I don't know what else to tell you. It's just good stuff. It's just a couple $1,000s profit today on that one. Because I always buy the maximum because I stake a lot of BIT. So that's we got to buy in $500 worth, turn it to $6,000 bucks. That's still pretty good. Here I'm not sure how much money I got into it, guys. Well, I did get a couple $100. I'm not sure if it's been 1,000. Because, again, you have to stake, but I stake on so many different platforms that I have to kind of look at it and aggregate it all eventually. You see, this is what always happens. If I were to end the live stream just now, see, then it would have pumped afterwards. So, one of the guys says, Panda says, I staked $7,000, got $9 for an allocation. That's a pretty good deal if you ask me. So even though it might only right now be worth 3,500 bucks, so let's say you got about half the money back, what I'm always thinking is I'll just keep staking those coins, keep getting more of these launches, because right now you might have gotten only 10. Maybe the next launch you'll get 25, and that turns into maybe a similar sort of price. If you keep that up, I think it's going to make way more money, as there's also an APY for staking those tokens. So it's a little bit of a time-consuming thing where you have to lock up money, but I think it's like one of the most certain investments that I can kind of make, so that's just me. Mo says, you mentioned at the beginning token price for launchpads dropped before IDO for some reason. Can you say it again? Well, yeah, I mean, we're watching some of these tokens and some prices went down from like the Velas pad and Pulse pad and so. It could be because right now is an unlocking time, but it could also be for a different reason. It's I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm just a random guy on the internet. I try my best, but I'm not too sure on all of it. Driven says, does that mean we get the other 90% next year between January? So the way I usually, let's see what you're saying. Driven, I'm not exactly sure to answer your question, by the way. I don't really know. I don't really check, to be honest with you, how the vesting schedule looks like. If it's a longer vesting, that would be annoying. But usually it is like 10% a month or so that you get. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, we'll wait 15 minutes. We'll see how this goes. Now I'm committed. Actually, now I've been watching it for too long. I want to see how it goes now as well. Driven says was able to claim 10% today, and that's what it says for the other 90%. Well, we'll see. It's always a 10% TGE, which is very nice. Some projects don't even have that, which means you can sell 10% at the start if you want to. Indeed. And the rest you get over time. Once more, as I just explained as well, I've already said that, but okay. It's to prevent the craziest of dumps. Some projects, for example, have a cliff of 3 months where you get 0 coins at the start and only get your coins after a couple of months. It's I don't know, it's a very logical system. Every token launch has the exact same measure. It's to prevent some crazy dumps, because very often if it dumps because people sell, 100% of the tokens, a project never recovers from that. Which launch? Please, if you're talking something in the chat box, I'll not answer anymore if it's not in English, just to make sure that people stop talking in different languages. Because even though I might be able to read it, other people can't. So if you have a question, just put it in English. Anonymous says, will the pads increase the APY? They've been lowering them. Of course not. The APY is fluctuating, so it will go up a little bit. But usually, the earlier you are, the crazier the APY. Like, for example, for PulsePad right now, I think it's like 200, maybe 300%. For BitOrbit, I think it's like 400% right now, because it's at the start. With BSC pad even, it used to be like 1,000%, and NFT launch as well. I think it used to be 1,000%, but it just goes down over time. So for Meta VPAD, most likely at the start, it'll also be 1,000 or maybe 1,500 or like 500% APY at the start for the first couple of days, weeks. It depends on how many people participate and whatnot. But I'm also not even 100% sure if it's fluctuating or not, because I'm thinking about it now. I'm thinking maybe it just only keeps going down. It's hard for me to say. I don't know the answer to those things, guys. I don't know all this stuff. You guys are asking me as if I'm the freaking professional here. No. I try this stuff. I know a little bit of my way around. I know how to stake the token. I know how to make the money. But all these things, the best thing you can do is just use Google if you really care about this type of stuff. Just look it up. Just look. Literally, if you have a question, go to Google, look it up. You'll get the answer to everything that you need. Asking me is fine, but I've never needed the answer to those questions, so I might not know. If you want to know, just use freaking Google. Dusty, do you see these types of platforms doing big numbers in the future? What do you mean? Driven says they should allow us to stake the other. Please don't say what they should and whatnot. This is obviously a system that's been encrypted for a little while. They know what they're doing. Driven, you might think about it a certain way, but there's so many negative sides to whatever you might think of. So just accept the way it is. If you don't like it, don't go for it. It's the way in crypto. It's the way it goes. It's logical. But if you don't understand or you like it differently, man, I don't know what, bro. I understand what you're saying. I understand that might be more preferable. But it's the same thing as saying, oh, I wish they launched all the tokens from the get-go. Yeah, but you're going to get a big dump. So even though you might get more tokens at the start, your project will most likely become worthless. So it's the way off, right? You might say, oh, but I wish I had more staking from it. Everybody has 10% from the start, or some people less. So it's better to have it this way because, again, it gives you sometimes even more at the end of the day. And most likely it's just thought about in this way for different reasons. So, bro, I don't know. To be honest with you guys, I honestly think that if we just fully focus on buying these things, it's better than almost anything else you can do in crypto. If I'm being completely open and honest with you, I think, honestly, this might be the best thing to do in crypto right now. It just might literally be what makes people literal billionaires within 1 year. I honestly think so. Because it's so unimaginably crazy how good these things do that I'm like, I'm not going to take out a loan, obviously, to go stake like crazy, but if I just had more commitment and faith a little bit earlier, the amount of money we would have made right now is so severe that I'm like, man. So the later I join, the more I'm thinking, oh, so many have already done it now, like what? But then again, I keep seeing more projects, keep seeing more of my friends talk about all these different projects which are launching, which are going to go insane. I'm like, why am I missing out on so much stuff? Or why do I not have the conviction to just... But one of the things I'm doing right now the most is just staking on all these different platforms. Just putting money every single place and just seeing how it goes and buying as many tokens as I can. Some don't do well, by the way. Some are really shitty. But I try on my channel to only show the ones that I think are going to be really amazing. Like, for example, the Real. I knew it was not going to be like a 100x gem, right? But I kind of showed it because it's one of the easiest ones to get into. If you are on Bybit and you use the link down below, I can even do a small little giveaway of real soon if I talk to Bybit about it. But I digress. What I meant is, it's like if you are a user of Bybit, you almost certainly got yourself some BIT, so you almost certainly are just easily getting into this token. How much you can buy is a different thing, but you're like easily connected to it. With some of these other ones, there's a couple additional steps, which is why I'm like, and some tokens I just don't think will perform well, so I don't show them either. And the Uniswap thing, we'll have to see where we're going to actually watch it, because I think we might have to use DEX tools to see this. I think it's going to be the same. It's obviously going to be the same address, so we can copy and wait on DEX tools to see how this is going to go. So the reason we're using DEX tools here is because we're going to have to watch it on the Ethereum chain, not on the Binance Smart Chain. Let's see. But I'm also going to have to find out exactly the right one for myself, of course, because I also don't want you guys to get the wrong link. So here we go. I think this is the right one. Token contract shows properly. OX6 ends with 12C. Let's see it again. No, it does not end with 12C. It ends with O2. OX6 ends with O2. Oh, but this might be actually the pair that they show here. Where's the contract? O2. Yeah, it ends with O2. Perfect. This is perfect. So we got the right one here. It's just the same address, by the way. On DEX tools, you just have to put it in. It's really easy. But we're going to have to watch or wait, like 8 more minutes for it to go on there. And I'm really interested in the Uniswap one, because last time, as I said, it went even crazier. This time, it's hard to say what it's going to do. It's, by the way, hovering around the 400x mark, meaning, 400 times. I used your sign-up code, but you didn't get, to get the bonus. But I didn't realize you had to do stuff in the first 24 hours. I missed the Bybit bonus. You have to do stuff in the first 24 hours? Really? I don't even know that. I don't believe that's the truth. Let me see the link I shared. Let me see how it works. Is it 24 hours only? I don't believe so. This is, for example, one of the bonuses which they just launched. It's $4,100 in total. No, within 7 days, bro. 7 days you have. I'm like, it can't be 24 hours. You have 7 days. You got me confused, man. Oh, I see. Goodness says, do we still get rewards for those of us who didn't get our KYC on time for the rest 21 days? No. Not that I'm aware of. I'm not. If you didn't, let's say it like this. If you didn't buy into it because you didn't do your KYC, you'll not be able to buy into it. Hopefully that answers your question. Because there was a first come, first serve round where people can basically buy up the tokens from people who were allowed to buy but didn't actually pick up their monies. So that's that. That's really unfortunate, though, if you didn't do the KYC early enough. I never hear people have trouble with that, so I'm not exactly sure how that came to be. I'm also not sure what you mean for the rest 21 days. I have no idea what you mean with that either. But man, for those types of things, you guys, join the Discord, ask around. Some people have had the exact same problem that others have been having. Bankroll says, bro, all these coins trash. Don't go for it then if you don't enjoy. I don't think it's trash at all, but that's just my own thought process. Do you see long-term gains in this example like BNB? Different than BNB. BNB is obviously backed by a proper exchange. These things are a little bit less certain than a BNB, but obviously there's some sort of appeal to it, same thing like BNB. I mean, if you see BNB purely from the launchpad perspective, then yeah, this is also really good. If you're seeing BNB from the perspective of it being a chain, has so many coins on there, obviously it's way better. So it's a very bad comparison to make, I think, because it's just not the same thing. Same thing like comparing XRP to BNB. It's like two completely separate things. Is the longevity in both? Yeah. Is it for a completely different reason? Yeah, as well. Driven says there was only 3K left on NFT launch and it went in 5 seconds. Yeah, it goes in like 1 second or so. It's like impossible to get that. Norma says, not against you, Dusty, but these launch pads are the decent version of rug pull. I disagree, but again, just my own opinion on the matter. Because I understand the appeal as well. The launchpad is such a popular concept right now in crypto. It's like the most popular thing. And it's really understandably so as well. You know, like people want to get their cryptos into the realm. And so you have to watch out for what tokens you're going to buy that are launching on a launchpad. But a lot of them do really well. And the coins I show you, they do exceptionally well. But usually it's like you double your money over the next couple of weeks. Or, you know, you do okay well, like times 4 or so. We're just a little bit spoiled, where times 400. Make $7,000 and I only got $35. Where in my head I'm thinking, man, if you stake on a lot of these other platforms, you should be happy to basically double the money that you put in. So the $10 that you were able to buy, if you double that, you should be happy. In this case, you got it times 400. It's the craziest thing you can have in crypto. It's literally, if you find this stuff and you can find something like this where you get such a crazy return, tell me. Because it's not a simple thing. You don't see this stuff often. And we do it so consistently, it's way more special than a lot of people realize. And Lasgidi says, I live in the U.S., so if you live in the U.S., sorry for you, my friend. There's nothing I can do for you. If you want to set up your own little system like that, you do you, but I can't help you. I'm not going to buy for somebody else. I'm not going to set up that system. No. And Real will dump like every launch I'll buy next week. Okay, you do you. You do you, my friend. 3 minutes to Uniswap, yeah. Again, guys, I have no idea what Uniswap price is going to do. Might do amazing, might do really bad. I literally don't know. It's interesting, though. Can you please go on PancakeSwap's site and check the price? Let me see now. It says 40 cents on PancakeSwap right now. 40 cents exactly. 47, so 40.7. And I already sold to try it out. We noticed before, so it works. It's real, everything like that. What about Canada? I don't know, man. I don't live in Canada. I don't know the rules about Canada. I have no idea. Just look up the rules on IDOs in your country. Or just try to KYC. If it doesn't work, then you'll know. What slippage? I think maybe like 12 or so. I used 12. I tried 15 as well to try it out. Mo says, Dustin, another question, please. What do you think about Tron Launchpad compared to the other pads? I don't know which one is the best. I'd use them all because I just go for a lot. I put a lot of money into this, as I said before, because I think it's a smart idea, smart investment, so to speak. It's literally, I see it as like an investment, like buying houses, but then I'm buying like other things. And so I go for them all. I don't know which one is the best one. I don't know what there's some small benefits of one over the other, but I just would say like a BSC. So Binance Smart Chain type of one is easier because usually the launches are on PancakeSwap. So if you're on Tron, then you might have to do some bridging or something like that. I don't know if it's actually launching on the Tron chain or what it does, but that might be annoying. So I always go for, my preferable option is details about this stuff. I don't really look up too much of the stuff I don't need to know. It's the best thing you can do is just use the internet for that stuff, or join this Telegram and just ask around what other people think about it. Oh, you guys say you can do it in Canada. All right, I thought so already, but I'm not too I'm not 100% sure, so I wouldn't say yeah, man, of course, and it not being possible. But I did expect it to. It's like a couple of countries that are not available, like North Korea, freaking Sudan, maybe, US. Iran. I think I'm not 100% sure on that as well. What? Did you just write? Can I borrow some tokens from you? Interesting. Let us see. Okay, so right now it is at about 53 cents over on Uniswap. 55. We have the 1 minute chart. Let's see how this is going to go. 55. Sometimes, you know, this is okay. So it's already, I guess, a pretty big difference right there in terms of price, which is actually pretty peculiar. So it's not double as heavy as we saw it last time. Then again, it's officially now officially 8 p.m. for me. It's officially 4 p.m. UTC. Let's see how it's going to do for the next couple of minutes. Number one trending on CoinGecko. Yeah, I already expected so. I mean, look at how crazy this coin went. It's the craziest coin I've literally ever seen in my life. So I understand that it's number one trending like that. Yeah, 62 cents. So about a 50% premium from the other price here at the Binance Smart Chain. $0.64. And mind you that it's already launched, of course, right? So this is like a second sort of launch a little bit because it's now on a different chain. So people get excited for that. And because they're separate in terms of chains, so they sometimes get a little bit of a different price movement going. 62 cents. Okay. Pretty decent. 50% up, I guess. Not as crazy. Not bad, though. And guys, still, if you enjoyed this stream, make sure you press that like button. I'm trying my best to show you guys as much as possible, you know. I try. At the end, I also didn't know how this was going to perform. It went way better than expected. Could have been better, could have been worse. I'm checking out all those tokens. Like, they're all falling so hard indeed. But to be honest with you guys, the reason I think, right, this is my own thought process, why the majority of the tokens are falling so hard in price is honestly, I think, because of what we're seeing right now. Like, Meta VPAT was such a big launch. Everybody knew it was going to be the biggest of the biggest. That I think a lot of arbitrage traders were just like, or at least a lot of traders, were just buying into all these tokens, like I told you guys before, and going with the flow of selling it as soon as this launch came about. So people are basically buying it before during the dips and selling it right now just before this launch because they would think that the price would be at the highest point at that place. My thought process. Because right now, for example, there's not that much appeal to buy in because the biggest launch ever has just happened, right? So now I think in due time the price will come back up piece by piece, but I'm also not 100% sure on that. We'll have to see. I'm just sticking with it till the bitter end. I don't really care. But I think also a lot of people have this little mindset of being like really quickly getting into one launch and then getting back out. I honestly think that if that's the mindset and that's the goal, then it might not really work properly because there's too many factors involved. But I just think if it's like a medium to longer term thing, it's really worth it. But I just know one pad that's still coming up, IOTX pad. I think that's going to be big. So it's falling because pre-sailers are selling off immediately. Yeah, but those guys need to unstake, which still takes time, right? So I'm not too sure about that. But all right, guys, that was it for the little stream here. We covered it. It was fun. Could have been more fun in the sense that, I don't know, I see so much negativity about these things today. I think maybe because some of the tokens that we needed to stake have fallen. But the previous one that we did, like the PulsePad one, we got such a nice crowd of people being crazy excited. This one is a little bit less. We're seeing a little dumpy candle right there. I'm not exactly sure why that is the case. The price is still doing pretty damn crazy if you ask me. Somebody says we only had like half a day to buy the IDO with no notice. What do you mean no notice? It's you check this stuff before you never mind. I will not reply to that stuff. If you snooze, you lose. What can I say, my friend? If what can I say about that? I don't even know. It's always the exact same manner. Every single one of these things works in the exact same fashion. You only have a couple of hours. Maybe it's only like 6 hours or so to get into it. Always the exact same way. Yeah, so watch what if you're investing into something, watch for it, I guess. I don't know what else to tell you. At the end of the day, I think it was pretty good. All right, guys, that was it for today's little stream. We're going to kind of do an update, I think, in a couple of hours to see how the price is actually doing at that point. Hopefully, you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And at the end of the day, guys, I'll just keep showing more of these things that I think will do well. That's the best thing I could just do. Keep reminding you guys whenever there's something that's coming out that I think is profitable, I'll share it with you guys. And, of course, we'll get more and more news every single day. So thank you all so much for stopping by, saying hi. And I'll see you guys all again in another crypto stream or video later today.